What's up, guys? If you follow my page, you probably know that information is my biggest motivator, and being able to understand the body, what it takes to maintain and improve it, has been a big motivator in my life. So keep that in mind whenever you're making big changes. I wanted to talk to you today about fasting. So I have a few big points I wanted to make, and I'm not trying to sell anything uh, or prescribe or anything. This is purely informational. I want you to take this information and be able to apply it in your life easily, and I want you to get the benefits off of it as quick as you can. Uh, so think of the body as a big work site. We have muscles building up and breaking down. Um, you hear that we have a new body every 7 years or something, and it's to some extent it's true because uh, we're such a maintenance required human. You want to make sure your work site is built with the right foods. You want to go for the right foods, but in this talk we're more focused on our body's always breaking down and building up. You know, when we go to the gym, we exercise, we get sore. That's us breaking down the body, and we need to eat right and to sleep so our body can rebuild. And that's a basic process for the body. But what people don't realize is how dirty the buildup and breakdown can be. That's why they say antioxidants and drink water, because our body's constantly breaking up or breaking down and building up. So if whenever you fast, you're giving your body a very clean environment. So there's going to be less hormones floating around through the blood, less insulin, and that's going to help fat from building up. So I'll explain that. But it only makes sense. We can't just be eating all the time. We have to make sure we stop eating and to let our bodies kind of readjust, and it gives our bodies a good chance to heal. So let's talk about eating. And whenever you eat carbs in general, you're going to increase insulin in the blood. So whenever insulin's increased in the blood, it's going to reach the cells. Insulin is the cell's key to open up for energy to come in. Energy being carbs, and once those carbs are in the cell, if you don't have a need for that energy, the body is going to store the energy as fat. So be careful eating a lot of carbs, because it's going to increase your insulin, increase your likelihood of having increased fat. And so it's not don't eat carbs, it's have a need for your carbs. And it's my general rule. So let's talk about fasting. Once you're in the fasted state, you are able to tap into the stored energy. You don't have any food in your stomach. You are running on empty, but your body is rarely on empty. We have some storage of energy somewhere, and most people have more energy stored than they want. So let's talk about just getting into that energy and telling the body to use it. So that's why we fast. We stop the stomach processes, and we go more to the body and reach out for other sources of energy. This is actually a good thing, because you give your body a chance to run on another form of energy. And some of the research shows that it's less to clean up. So if you're using your carbs from the food you're eating, you break down the carbs, you change it into a form of energy, and you use the energy, take that used energy, clean it out of the body. Whereas you have the stored energy, you're going to use it as fat, and the process of using fat is going to be less taxing on the body. So whenever you go for food, go for quality carbs and fats. You don't want to go for easily accessible carbs like sugars, it's going to raise your insulin dramatically and increase fat storage dramatically. So always have a need for it. If you're an athlete, go for a lot of carbs because your body needs the stored energy. But if you're not a performing athlete, be careful of your carbs. So I encourage you to do research. There's a lot more to dive into. If you're interested in if you think I could help you out, give me a message. Again, this is purely informational and it's what I go by, it's what works for me. So steady gains.